and welcome to Feeding the Soul with Mirthell. Today, I am going to be fixing Mediterranean lentil soup. I like to pair it up sometimes with a piece of naan or some type of pita bread and some type of salad. So here I gathered all of my items, and what I have here is I have red lentils. I like to use red lentils with this particular dish. We got our onions. I'm gonna put some garlic in it. It doesn't usually come with garlic, but I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic in it. I also have my fresh parsley. We're gonna put lemon in there as well. We're gonna put cumin. So you wanna get your cumin. I use both the powder and the seed. The cumin powder goes deeply in it with the seeds, give it a rich flavor as well. I also am gonna put some nutritional yeast in there. I use this vegan broth base seasoning that has a chicken flavor, but of course it's vegan. And then I also blend that with a little bit of turmeric, and this is a turmeric salt. And then of course I have blends of different types of peppers, white pepper, black peppercorn pepper, to just give it a little bit additional flavor. We also put basmati rice in there as well. So we're gonna pull this all together and I'll show you how it's done. Okay guys, so it was just as simple as that. Very quick meal to fix for your family. It's on the stove. It will be there for another 45 minutes just simmering. And now I want to introduce you to my friend Roy. He's coming on. He's gonna join me in the kitchen as I'm waiting for the food to be fixed. We're gonna have a word with him about feeding our souls. Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey.
Oh my goodness, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. How you doing, Mirthell?
Good, good. You know, Roy, this is my boy Roy.
What's up?
Friends for a long time. What, 2005?
I want to say 2005, 2006, but it's been a long time, man. It seems like I've known you even before that. Like that's how our relationship is, you know?
That is true. No, this is my boy from a long time, from back in Toronto days.
Yes, yes.
Roy, right now, he's doing big things. He is the co-host, co-owner of Black Fathers Media. He's also a co-owner of Black Fathers Matter podcast. He is also the owner and founder of The Connect and of Miji, which is Made in God's Image. So Roy, you're doing big things. I'm very proud of what you're doing. Every time that I hear from you, you're always going up to that next level.
We've seen it all, you know, been through it all, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, you know. We share we share the same realtors, we share the same U-Haul trucks.
Right, in our moves. When I'm losing my house and
we getting evicted at the same time.
And you guys are getting evicted, and we're pulling together, getting a U-Haul truck. Yeah. I use my U-Haul truck, move my family, then I switch off, give you the U-Haul truck, your family. Dude,
all that coordination, exactly.
You know what me and Rita say? We call it from the struggle life to the Onyx life. You know me.
That's what's up.
From the struggle life.
Of course, man. And then you know it's a testimony, man, just to see where you are right now, and even the major things you're doing in your life.
Yeah. So I just gave you a tour. I just gave you a virtual tour of my home.
That's right.
I'm in right now, and it's
beautiful. Inspiration. You know, it's great to sit back and watch. You know, God take you through this journey. You know what I mean? And like I mentioned to you earlier, man, I've been front row seats eating popcorn while I'm going through it, but I'm watching. And God's like, yo, see what I'm doing with him and his family. You know what I mean? So, yo, you've been definitely one of those guys that have definitely strengthened my faith in God. I'll put it out like that. Man, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. So I had to have you on, you know, Feed the Soul.
Yes.
Episode 1.
Oh, that's how it is. Day one, episode 1. Let's go. Let's go. I love this, man. Like, listen, you've been doing a lot of cooking, and I see you in the kitchen.
I am.
So you know the question I'm going to ask you is, what are we cooking today?
Right. Okay.
What you got, man?
So today I'm going Mediterranean. My favorite meals. Okay. It was a restaurant that I used to frequent back in Toronto. It was a Mediterranean joint, and we used to go there, and we used to get like all our favorites. And they used to have a lot of plant-based meals, but there was a lentil soup that they used to make, and I was just like, I gotta figure out how to make this. So today, I'm making my famous lentil soup. It's one of those staples that can feed you, high in fiber, but yet low in calories. And so it's one of those great meals that satiates your stomach. Like, it really makes you full. It makes you feel like you're eating meat, because I still like the flavor of meat. So whenever I make anything, I try to make it like it has meat in it.
right. You need that sustainable substances that, you know.
Right. So I throw a little bit of cumin in there. You know, it's all about how you flavor things. And so, I'm making my famous lentil soup. So I'll share the recipe with you for sure. I want to get into what you're cooking up, because, you know, you're talking about me killing the game and me. But bro, like, I'm watching you with this thing called Miji, like Made in God. And I'm watching you with Black Fathers Matter. And I'm just saying, like, the connect. Like, these are like really heavy stuff that you're giving me that is feeding the soul. Bro, you're feeding people's souls. Like, tell me about it.
That's right, man. No, I appreciate that, man. And you know, like, I'm doing God's work. That's how I look at it. Everything he's put inside of me, going forward, I do what I love. And he's put this in my heart. You know, I was a young father. I was 20 years old when I had my first kid. And it was a time where I never had, me and my dad's relationship wasn't the greatest. I didn't have peers around me that were going through what I was going through. And if they were not doing it the way I was trying to do it.
Gotcha.
On a level of honoring and pleasing God. You feel me? So I went through that struggle. I had to learn how to be a father. I had to learn how to be a husband on my own, pretty much. And just, you know, praying about it and trying to walk with God. So, you know, when I got older, and it's always been on my heart I want to give back. I don't want guys to go through what I went through. So, you know, we gave birth to me and my man, Ralph Bryan. Shout out to Ralph Bryan, man. We gave birth to Black Fathers Media.
Okay.
Right. And Black Fathers Media, we have Black Fathers Matter podcast. So in the podcast, we discuss a lot of things about, you know, with two Black fathers. He started a little bit later in the game. I'm from East Africa. He's from Harlem. You know, he started his journey as a father at 40. I started my journey when I was 20. So we came together, two different worlds, and we just sit there and talk about different, you know, we talk about sports. We talk about all the things that fathers would talk about, aside from, you know, we talk about kids, relationships, and stuff like that.
But man, like that name, Black Fathers Matter, like that's a tight name. Like,
it's a powerful name.
Obvious because everyone's talking about Black Lives Matter, but when I heard you say Black Fathers Matter, I was just like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, you know, let
me tell you this, man. The number one agenda, right? And we may go and get a little deep in this, but the number one agenda of society is to break the home, right? A lot of Black fathers are incarcerated. A lot of Black fathers are dead. There's a lot of broken families out there, because the devil knows, I'm going to get a little deep with it. The devil knows if I take the father out the house, everything runs wild. There's no guidance. There's no structure. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to fight and you know, to fight to maintain that and educate people that, yo, we got to be better as fathers.
Right.
Because, you know, when the father's not in the household, the kids struggle. They're going through stuff.
And you know what? Shout out to all the single mothers that are mothers. Shout out to those mothers that have had to take up the mantle when we Black men have not stood up to do what we're doing. But their glory and their strength that I honor right now, and that I that I look up to, they should have never had to do it by themselves.
No, they shouldn't have to.
They should have had one of us strong Black men beside them, lifting them up, praising them, rubbing their feet, you know.
That's right. We got to protect our women.
There that should have been taken care of, you know, having a Black man to cook for you. So, so us saying that Black Fathers Matter and us highlighting the role that we should be playing in the family is not to take away from our strong Black woman. It's just to say, listen, it wasn't meant to be for you to have to do this on your own.
You
needed to be there to love on you, to lift you up, and to let the kids know, hey, honor this Black queen. So yeah, I'm right there.
That's right, man. You know, we like, it's all about protecting our women too. You know what I mean? Because I have daughters, you have daughters, and it's one of those things where I wanted to do it in a way where it's like, I can help people and say, hey, you know what? You may be a young father, it may be an older father, but listen, man, you got to know your why. You know what I mean? We got to take care of our kids. We're raising future kings and queens. This is the future of society, right? Our world is going through a lot of mess right now. And a lot of the situations that's happening is because the fathers are not available. Right. The moms are not available. So yeah, definitely shout out to the single moms, single pops out there playing the two roles. Yeah. Right. And so when we started
you know what? I like what you just said, because a lot of times there is not, and that's your platform. Your platform is like Black fathers. So it's all Black fathers. It's Black fathers that are in healthy relationships, healthy marriages, Black fathers that are in dysfunctional relationships, dysfunctional marriages. Black fathers are in so many different spaces trying to do different things. Shout out to all Black men.
That's what's up.
Don't give up, even if they're in something that is more challenging. You know what I'm saying?
And there's so many reasons why there's so many things that we can give up. I mean, like, there's so much stuff that society throws at us. Yeah. Where it can be like, man, I'm done with this. I can't do this. But you know what, man? That is going to fulfill the devil's agenda. We ain't here to do that, man. I'm trying to teach my kids what a Black man, a Black father is supposed to do.
Right.
I'm trying to showcase that. I'm trying to be the poster child for my community. And I could walk down the streets of my community, and a lot of my day one guys, like I grew up with, they'll be like, man, we remember you when you had that kid. Right. And you still holding it down. And you know what? The fact that they say that,
tell me about
that speaks volumes to me.
Right. Tell me about that story where, because I know your story, but they didn't know the story. Like,
man, I was homeless, man. Me and my parents didn't see eye to eye. So they ended up, we ended up parting ways. So I lived, I spent a lot of time in, sleeping in bus stops, staircases in buildings. I even did the shelter thing. And then, I met the mother of my daughter, and, we were together. She got pregnant. And I said, you know what, man? I don't even have a house. I don't have a pot to piss it. But I don't care about what I don't have. I care about what I'm going to get.
Right.
And that's this baby's on the way. And I'm going to do everything in my power and strength to make sure she is taken care of and give her the things that I never got. See, in life, man, your parents, there's a lot of things we learn from our parents, a lot of good things we learn from our parents, but even the stuff that they may have not taught us, like the lack of support, the lack of emotional connection, it teaches us a lot, taught me a lot. Right. Now I'm like, man, I want to give her all of that.
Right.
And that's what fueled me. And I could not, like, can't is not in my vocabulary when it comes to that. Although a lot of guys are like, yo, you ruined your life. You have a baby. What's wrong with you? You're only 20. You're supposed to get out there and have fun with all these women. And I'm like, nah, dude, I ain't cut from that cloth. You know what I mean? God put me here for a reason. So that's how, so Black father, it's been a burning desire in my heart for me to find a way to help people that have been through my situation and show them, yo, look at me now.
Right.
Yeah, I was homeless,
You know what, Roy? I know a lot of us, men, like, no matter what context we're in, we like to show our strength. So, you know what? You take away our freedom and put us in prison. Well, we're in prison lifting them weights, iron. We're still strong. We're still resistant. Going in the library, I've seen men in the prison system getting their
learning,
building their mind. But there's something about you, Roy, that I have not seen a lot of men being able to bench press what you bench press. And I'm talking about a household for years. For years. You're one of the strongest men I know. And we got to start thinking differently as men. Like, what makes us a big man? Is it how much money we make?
That's right.
It is. It involves, making money for you.
It plays a little part to that.
It does involve keeping your health together. But I haven't seen someone bench press a household. And let me tell you something. When I watched you in your relationship with your daughters and with your family and with your wife, I have seen you holding up your household.
Yeah, that's right.
Like emotionally bench pressing and trying to keep things together. And for me, like, you're the muscle man of the year for me. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had to lift that kind of heavy load like I've seen you lifting some heavy loads. And I got to give you your props, man. You
thank you, man. Thank you.
You're benching a house.
That's right. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You know, my strength, like, you know, it sounds a little cliche and stuff, but my strength does come from God, man. I stay grounded. I talk to God every day. And just because I've been benching a household, things don't always happen the way we may think it's going to happen. You know, like God's plan for me was a different plan. Yeah, I was married. I'm not married right now. You know what I mean? Divorced. But that don't stop me. I was a father before I was a husband. You feel me?
Wow.
So that's how Black fathers matter. We're going to keep doing this, man. And, you know, I've always had a heart to connect my people, my community to God. I've always had a heart to connect my people to, you know, like things I've been through.
Right.
Like homelessness. I'm going to try to make sure that nobody goes through that. So I'm always going to try to spit game to these young guys and tell them, yo, dude, I know it must be hard right now, but yo, you can do this. Look at me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had so much against me. I was swimming against the current for years, and I don't even know how I got there. But you know what? The only thing I can say is, man, God pushed me forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And life will show you.
Your faith was like a really huge part of your story, you know.
To the point where, you know what? It was just like, listen, if she's not the woman for me, well, so be it.
Right.
I know you got something better for me. You know, but while I was in that relationship,
that's hard. That must be hard for you to say that.
It was.
I know how hard you fought for your marriage. I know how hard you fought.
I did.
For your family and how much you love your girl. So I know that burden was a huge one. But one of the things that you teach me, Roy, as I just observed you and I just admire you, is that your faith is that when you have faith is not like is like I'm following plan A. You know, this is the design that how God designed things. And I'm following that and I'm killing the game in plan A. But remember, hey, redemption and Jesus Christ is plan B. It ain't plan A.
Right.
Redemption was plan B. And you can't take Jesus away from me. You can't take Yeshua. You can't take God, the Messiah, away from me, because plan B is just as sweet. Plan B still speaks the height and the depth of God's love. Plan B.
That's right.
So I may be still in my plan A, married, you know, nuclear family, all that kind of stuff. But in God's family accommodates for plan A and plan B. And his plan B, redemption, is still sweet. So there's redemption after divorce. There's
of course. Yeah.
So, like, you are that story for me, and you let me know that no matter what, faith can still be your story. That's right. You still can have life.
Always
your story.
Thanks, man. You know what? My plan B is to make God's plan A work. God's plan A for my life is my purpose, why I'm put on this planet. Right now, we get caught up in like, I got to hold this person's hand to fulfill this purpose. But God's like, yo, dude, this is your purpose. It's not her purpose. Where you got to go, some people can't go. So you got to understand, and, you know, you got to release certain people. You got to let go of certain things, because my job on this planet, I love my kids. You know what I mean? But my job is my number one priority is to do what I was put on this planet for, and which is to serve. I'm put here to serve, man. It's not about me. It's not about all these shows and all these things I'm doing. All these shows is just to connect my people to, like, the show I have, the Connect. It's a visual Black app where I'm connecting my community to Black excellence. Yo, you want to talk? You talk about you need a pastor? I'm gonna connect you to the Black pastors. Right. I'm gonna connect you to Black plumbers. Right. Anybody doing big in the community, let's connect you to that. So that's how I have to connect. I've always been the plug throughout my whole high school.
Right.
You know, yo, where can I get this gear? I got the place. Where can I get these sneakers? I'm sending these guys, like, you know what I mean?
You're connecting people, constantly connecting people.
So that's a part of my love. So, you know, I did that. And then with me, G, bro, no matter what I've been through, and no matter how homeless and broke I was, and no matter how I slept on the stairwells and all that, I'm a king, G.
Yeah.
I was a king, even in that. I was not like, oh, I'm a homeless dude. I'm a bum. Look at me. I was not that. I was made in God's image. I had to go through that, just like Moses had to go through the desert. That was my desert.
Right.
It didn't change. It did not define me. I'm still a king. I'm still made in God's image. So with that show, I was like, yo, now I want to tap in and connect people to different understandings of the word of God. So that's why, you know, we talk on things like faith. What does that really mean, right?
Right.
What does it really mean to be made in God's image? Is it the aesthetics, or is it the character of God? What are we following here? Right. And there's a lot of confusion in the streets. A lot of my guys, they don't, they follow the wrong thing. And that show, Miji, Made in God's Image, was to kind of redirect them. Once again, connect them to the light. And also share my story. A lot of stuff, like, I'm a war child. I've been through two wars. The day after I was born, I had guns to my head. You know, like soldiers, goons came up, try to rob my parents, which they ended up doing, but they threatened to kill me if they didn't get stuff. This is like coming out the hospital, like 24 hours after. So these things I've been through, man. I almost died of asthma like 8 times. Mercy. I've been through the Gulf War. You know, I've been homeless. I've seen my parents struggle, dude. You know what I mean? And these things, I didn't go through these by accident. God's like, yo, what you think I did? I put you through these things to tell people, right? So I'm working on a book. It's called Walk With Me.
Yes. Okay.
And it has 2 meanings. I'm telling the people to walk with me.
Okay.
But I'm also letting them know I'm walking with God, and God is walking with me.
Right. Right. So,
you know what I'm saying? So
in this book,
yes,
if I read this book, I am going to be able to get the background story.
Oh, you can get
what
everything.
It is to be raised in war-torn zones.
Yes. Yes.
And
early interracial days, dealing with racism.
Wow.
Ugandan father, Indian Portuguese mother. And now you're too brown for your black family. You're too black for your Indian family. So, you know, you're going to get, like, the book starts off in East Africa. Starts off in my birth. Starts off with the war with Idi Amin. So I'm taking you on this journey while God is taking me on this journey.
I can't wait to read it.
So we're working on that. That's going to be coming out end of, we're saying 4th quarter 2021. And in 2022, we're going to take it to another level and make that book into a documentary/movie. Right. So now I've been in the studio because we making a soundtrack. And this soundtrack is going to have like the whole African fusion, the Indian fusion, the Middle East, because I live there too. So I'm really taking you on a loop around the world. And the story would end as to where I'm at right now, living my purpose. And that's just the beginning.
I love it, bro. I love it. That is amazing. I am so glad that I was able to get you on the show to be able to share that. Because I think wait a second. Oh, yo,
I heard a beat going on there, man. You got to get that food.
I got to go get that food. But listen.
Yeah.
I got to go to finish this up. But before we go, you got to tell me, you know I'm a foodie.
Yes, sir.
You know that
we both foodies.
We foodies, and you know that I love to feed my family.
That's right.
So that's
facts.
And that's how I feed my soul. I feed my soul through food, and food is extremely important because, like you said, it connects us. So quickly, tell the audience, how do you feed your soul?
How I feed my soul, man. I'll tell you this. We made in God's image, right? This is a temple. This right here is a temple. This is a shell. When we die, we leave the shell behind. Our bodies get elevated to heavenly beings. So how I feed my soul, I take care of my temple, man. I take good care of what God has given me. I try to be healthy. I try to eat right. I talk to God every day, man. I have this relationship with God, and I encourage everybody out there, man, build their relationship with God. Get in line with what his purpose in your life is, and just take care of what he's given you. Be faithful with everything you got that he's given you, whether it's kids, whether it's a relationship, whether it's food, whether it's your body, your health. That's how I do it, man.
That is a word. We're going to end off with that. I'm going to go get this food so I can go feed my family and feed our souls. But thank you so much for coming on.
Anytime.
Roy, it was a pleasure having you.
Pleasure.
Hey, go and search out Roy, Black Fathers Matter.
Let me throw the plugs out there real quick. So, you guys can follow me on BLK Family, BLK Fathers Matter podcast. We on IG. The Connect, we on YouTube, Miji on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can check us out. Walk With Me coming at the end of this year, so look out for that. And man, support my man over here too, man. He's doing big things. You know what I mean?
Thanks a lot, Roy, for coming out, man. Hey,
of course, man.
All right, and you know what? I'll ship some food over to you.
Yes, please do. I appreciate it.
I'll UPS it down. You know what? Before we go, this guy. I was in California. This guy and his wife, these Guyanese, she threw down with some roti. I was feeding for some roti. Couldn't find roti anywhere in California. I had to
made it happen, man.
Like, They UPS me some roti, kept me for weeks.
Yes, sir.
I got to get you that, man. I'm going to UPS some of this.
It's all love.
Package it up. I'm going to send
Amen.
it.
Yeah. I'll be waiting.
The meal is ready, y'all. It looks good. Let's check it out. Thank you for joining us on Feed the Soul with Mirthell, where I tell the story, feed the soul, make them laugh, heal the heart. You need to try this one out, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.